On this, episode 4 of We Say Soccer, August 25th, 2021, our boy Jeff is back in the building, and best believe we give him his licks that he missed last episode for his pick last week. Also, we're going to touch on some big games around Europe and how we're leaning when it comes to betting them. And of course, we'll preview and predict match week 3 in the EPL, including some of our favorite bets around the league, as well as our picks for the We Say Soccer Pick'em table. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the intro. It's We Say Soccer.
Jeff ain't made the song yet.
What's goody, footy fans, and welcome to episode 4 of We Say Soccer, an American take on the world's game. As you can see, we got back to our 3-man regular scheduled programming. Jeff back in the building. Jibs here as always. And it's your boy Big John. Jibs, I know you went and did some golfing this week. How was golf?
It was good. We didn't win the tourney. Under par, though. Captain's choice. Did work. Had fun. Drink some beer. Showed off some wine. It was a good Monday.
Jeff, welcome back. Had some daddy duties.
It was great, man. I was super on daddy duty. First day of middle school, but she's going to 7th grade. But because of the COVID thing, that this is our actual first day in school. They did the virtual thing last year, so it was like our first day of middle school. And you know how that is, man. You start meeting your friends, for a lifetime. Around the same time I met you guys, right?
Yep.
I'm not too far off after that. So it was great, man. She, we sat, got our hair done. It was cool, man. It was great.
That's awesome. Well, we appreciate you being back, but as always, we know shit happens. Stuff comes up. We do have lives here at We Say Soccer, so we appreciate the fans reaching out, making sure everything was good. Yes, it was all good, positive daddy duties, nothing bad. But let's get straight into it. If nobody else has anything else to put on the market, we got some matches around Europe we want to talk about. Some of these Champions League teams that we talked about last episode. The Champions League draw coming up Thursday. Hopefully tomorrow we'll have this pod out and you'll have it before the Champions League draw, during the Champions League draw, or right after. Well, we have Dortmund on Friday going against Hoffenheim.
That's fun to say.
Hoffenheim. The Hoff. 2:30 Friday. This will be on ESPN Plus. If you're looking to bet, Dortmund's got some pretty bad odds. I think it's like minus 230. So I'm going to take them at the spread of -1. That puts that plus 115. I think Dortmund's going to bounce back here. Jeff, your boy, Haaland, Erling, hopefully coming to United soon. The arsehole.
What did the guy say on a beer fest? He said, "Grandpapa."
What is it, Grandpapa?
Yeah, that's what he reminds me of. Straight up, I know he's an asshole, bro.
behind Umbex.
Sorry,
Moving on to Spain. Jibs, what do you think about Real Madrid at -125? Going into Real Betis, 4:00 Saturday, ESPN Plus. What are you thinking? It's a draw last time out for Madrid. We'll see what they can do.
I'm taking that one. I'll have a quick rundown of some games that I like. That is definitely one of them. So I'm taking Madrid at those odds every single time.
Another team not getting too good at odds, Barca against Cafe, but if you take that -1, which means they're going to win by 2, you get them at +115. That's Sunday morning on 11 a.m. on ESPN Plus. Again, one of those systems we tell you to get, one of those apps. Make sure you have ESPN Plus, Paramount Plus once the Champions League comes around, and Peacock. You'll be able to watch almost everything along with your cable service. Mm-hmm. And I think Barca has this one. They went out and won last week. And, I think they're going to keep pushing. Memphis is looking good out there. Or they drew last week, excuse me. The big teams seemed like all drew or lost last week. Jeff, you thinking anything about that Barcelona? You looking at the spread +115, staying away. What you thinking?
No, I'm gonna stay away. I'm gonna leave that to the pros. I can only take one Europe league at a time. Let me crawl before I walk. Because no BS. We talked about this pre-show. You guys were talking about, oh man, I had a perfect day. And I'm like, bro, that's like the Croatian. That's like Croatia. He was like, yeah, man, but it's like the champions. It's for the champions thing, man. And I was just thinking to myself, like, man, that is a rabbit hole I am not ready for. I've already. You guys already got the fangs in me with the EPL. Like, I'm already making bets, like just randomly, like, all right, man, let's just do it that way. No, let me take it one at a time. I'll let you guys have the Barcelona. I'll trust Jibs. I'll give Jibs my money on this one.
Okay, so my lean actually is for a high scoring league. I think on average the second highest scoring league across all the top 4 or 5 leagues in Europe, but behind Serie A. I am actually looking at over 2.5 at -128, and a little sprinkle on the over 3.5 at +200. That's my lean on this match. Nothing else crazy. Maybe pick a goal scorer at some point. In the Dortmund game, I would be picking Haaland to score. That's all I would probably do there. And then we touched on Madrid, obviously at -125. So yeah, in this one, a little bit minus money, a little juice on over 2.5, and then nice +200 odds at over 3.5.
And we mentioned Real Madrid. We're at that -125. Another -125 I'm looking at in the league is Atletico. I think they're going to stay on this hot streak. They are going against Villarreal, which is a tough game. It is in Madrid. So we'll see. I think Atletico, Luis Suarez, and the boys, even though I don't like him, his teeth are offsides, but I think they can come through and win.
and
win.
Damn.
Jeff will one day be able to go, I understood that reference. It'll probably take an international tourney to catch up on the Luis Suarez. I'm taking Atletico here mostly because this is that last match of the weekend, the Sunday at 4 p.m. ahead of an international break. So
yeah,
a little bit of degeneracy here. That is why I'm thinking that. Villarreal could definitely stay in this match. This may be one where you just use it as a parlay booster and check the live lineups, at 3 p.m. Sunday and an hour beforehand.
Sounds good. Anything else around Europe you were looking at, Jibs?
Yeah, a couple rundown. I'll go by day because that's how my app sorts it. I like Inter against Verona a little bit juicier than I normally would at -175. So you'd have to risk 17.50 to win 10. That's probably the exact bet I make. The reason I like doing stuff like that on sub -200 big favorites is because that pays for some of these cheeky parlays that we do. And if it's an upset, that means it's just a bad start to the week, of course, and that can happen. But I like finding a little bit of almost risking 2 units to win 1, and that pays for 1 or 2 long odds parlays that we always like to throw in and have some fun with. Unfortunately, on Friday as well, I am going back to this. Ligue 1. I am
I'm staying away, dude.
Nantes, because I feel like these odds should be higher, but they're the away team at -135. Last match on Friday, I do like Valencia -120 against Alaves. I think Valencia is a pretty quality team. We'll see if they can keep that up. And again, that may be one I would normally skip, but ahead of an international break where clubs may be looking for a couple free 3 points against lower competition, I like those odds. Moving into Saturday, unfortunately, again, I'm going back to League One with a team that's let us
Mm-hmm.
down so far.
Mm-hmm.
I am taking Marseille at home against Saint Etienne minus 135. Again, I think that's undervalued because of how they have started, and looking for an oomph before internationals. Um, and then moving into Sunday, because we already touched on Real Madrid, I do like Monaco. I think them losing in the qualifiers and not moving on earlier today, they're going to be pissed. They're playing against a team I've not really heard of before, Troyes, and they're only minus 125.
I
So
saw that too. I was looking at it,
I,
but Monaco's burned me so much
so
this
many,
year.
but if they don't win this game, they're done for the year. They're dead to me. They might even be relegated. Um, Last year's darling team in Ligue 1, Lille against Montpellier, minus 140. And then we talked about Atletico Madrid, and then kind of an interesting play. I am going to stay with the hot hand of Wolfsburg like we did last week. They are going against football
Ooh,
Leipzig, but a tie no bet. So if they draw, you get your money back. It's still plus odds at plus 150. And I do believe they are the home team. So
they
I'm
are.
looking at them to, put down a $10 bet and return 25 in total. You win $15 there on a home dog that has started the season pretty well.
And they're plus 240 if they do win that straight up. Going back a little bit on Saturday, something I think I want to look at is in La Liga. I think Sevilla over Elche is a good look. It's minus 130 Saturday at 130. And I'm actually opposite on JB on this Bundesliga game. I'm actually thinking I'm rocking with RB Leipzig at plus 105. I might drink monsters, but I'll bet on RB Leipzig all the time. So, speaking of big bets, plus 1100. I think it's time. Let's get on match week 3, EPL. Plus 1100 Arsenal. 19th in the table, Arsenal. Haven't scored a goal, Arsenal. Won 6-0 today in the EFL Cup, though, Arsenal.
Oh God.
Against whom?
Yeah. Let's see.
I
I
know
should
it
have wrote that
was
down, right?
all good. I'm giving you a little bit of a hard time there, but because I can't recall either. And
West
full
Brom.
disclosure,
There it was. I knew it was somebody. I played them today in FIFA, ironically.
yep, a former club with a little bit of goal glory in their history in West Brom, but what the last
Romelu Lukaku was there, too.
yeah, but maybe the last eight
Boy, was
years,
he.
a decade.
Yeah. So I think we got City versus Arsenal starting the weekend off. Big match. Probably an easy result for City. Arteta is Pep's former assistant, so maybe a little knowledge, insider trading. If you did go double chance with Arsenal, you're getting them at plus 310, though. There are plus 1100 to win, draws plus 500. And like you said, City are minus 450. It is at the Etihad. Jibs, we talked about it a little bit pre-show. Are you thinking maybe that Arsenal double chance is something that's a little value, or are we staying away from Arsenal until they show us any kind of the guns that they have?
I'm actually going to do two main bets and two sprinkles that I really
Ooh.
like because I think City just comes out and works them. And this goes more in line with what we discussed at episode 0, talking through the Prem teams. This is a game where Man City is going to rotate those defenders, be fresh. Stones will get more minutes than he had in the last match, which he may have even had 0 minutes. I don't think he played at all last week for some reason.
No, I think it was Laporte and somebody else. It was
Yeah,
Laporte
so
scored. Oh, and Diaz. Diaz got the
yeah,
assist.
so they'll rotate in their other two guys. They'll be fresh on the back end. They'll be looking to score. They have a couple guys that haven't really done much on the score sheet yet, even with that huge Norwich win. Get to that later, right, Hefe? But so there's a couple
What?
bets
What'd
that
you
I
say?
like. Oh, no,
Huh?
he looked good against Norwich. That's about it. But I like them at minus 160 at half. That is a unit play that I'm going to
Ooh.
put in. And I'm also speaking on players that maybe haven't been too involved offensively yet, even with them playing Norwich last week. there's this new win cast that we have on the FanDuel Sportsbook available to us. I'm going to do a player combo, Kevin De Bruyne to score and Manchester City to win cast at plus 210.
Ooh,
That's a good way where
I like that.
I would have sprinkled KDB anyway, and now I get to kind of bring the City win down a little bit. That's not going to. It's basically getting KDB to score at better odds because I think City is winning this way. Don't mind the spread odds. -1 is minus 145, -2. So if they win 3 or 4-0, Arsenal's lost 2-0 twice, and this is the best team they're facing. So I think a 3 or 4-0 win is in the realm of possibilities. That
For
would
sure.
return plus 220. So
Ooh,
10 and 22 for a return of $32. So
not bad.
I'll sprinkle a little bit there, but definitely that KDB win cast minus 160 at halftime, and I probably will do the -1 at minus 145 for a unit as well, and then sprinkle the -2 bet.
If I know this guy, and I do, when he goes to the donut shop, he doesn't just get the frosting; he gets the ones with the sprinkles. So if you like them bets, take them. They're good money. We're getting you a little bit better odds. We think it's going to be a drumming. Jeff, do you have anything different? Do you think are you leaning any kind towards the London side? Are you on the blue side of Manchester, unlike you were last week in that Norwich match?
Lesson definitely learned. I said it from episode 1 that Arsenal was they didn't look good. One of the few names that I did know about EPL before I became a fan was Arsenal. I knew that name, and I expected more. Didn't get it, and I definitely believe that Manchester City is going to handle them. Going to handle them, healthfully, and I think they beat them by 3. I think it's 3-0.
Yeah, I'm right with that Jibs bet. I'm definitely taking the spread and the sprinkle on the -2 spread. Maybe throw it into a parlay. We'll think about it. We might have a little cheeky parlay of the week with a couple of these big teams going against lower teams again, and see what we can get. Anything else on that match, boys? If not, we can move on to one of our matches from the We Say Soccer Pick'em table. Aston Villa versus Brentford. The Bees. This is 10 a.m. on CNBC. So you can get your business on. We got Aston Villa at -105 favorites. Draw is going to be at +260 and Brentford's at +280. The Bees. Bzz. Jeff, how you feeling about the Bees?
I'm feeling, Brentford really, they're competing for a team to just get into EPL. They're competing they're winning games that they shouldn't, that they should be drawing at, and so I also like Aston Villa as well, and I like the 1-1 draw at 260.
Oh, yep, +260.
I like that. If I wanted to, if I'm trying to learn and get a little better, I think that sticks out to me, and and I don't know what Brentford did last week. Hold on, let me see. Who did they play last week?
Draw.
0-0 draw against Crystal Palace.
Yeah. So yeah, that definitely.
They were definitely the team on top, though. I feel like.
That definitely. That solidifies my pick. Yeah, I would do the draw at 260. So I'm going to 1-1 1-1 draw. Brentford and Aston Villa. I think they matched up pretty well.
Just selfishly, who are you? Do you have a lean in fandom here? Because I know you, in our talks, you have liked both of these teams so far.
Easily, the Bayhive.
No.
Easily the Bayhive. I got to.
Shout out West London. Yeah, Brentford finally gets to leave the London metropolitan area to go to Aston Villa in Birmingham. So, it is 10 a.m. CNBC. Jibs, what you thinking? This is one of our We Say Soccer picks of the week.
Because of all the love that Jeff just gave Brentford is why I think the odds are the way that they are. So I'm going Aston Villa -105. It feels too easy. And so I'm nervous about it. But Aston Villa was commonly I think between you and I are sixth in the table finishers. And now with Leicester's woes, we mentioned that they could even sneak into that Europa spot. So I've got to stay strong to the convictions. Aston Villa minus 105. Only thing I'm going to do on this game.
Man,
Yeah, 100%. I'm right with you.
That's a small needle, man. We're yeah.
I'm right there. Yeah, it is. I'm going Aston Villa as well, minus 105. I think it'll be either a 1-0 or a 2-1. I know we don't care too much about scores on this one, but I think Aston Villa will get a couple.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, Brentford might get one back. Ivan Toney, we're waiting for him to open that score sheet. So that might be something to look at, is maybe an anytime goal scorer, Ivan Toney. Just maybe bet at every game until he scores.
Yeah.
He's eventually going to get one. He is a goal scorer.
I would take Ings to score.
Ooh.
We're calling same game parlay, right?
Yeah.
Anytime score, I would take Ings to show up. What a goal!
That's not a bad little bet.
I mean,
that was
what a goal last week. I thought that Ailing goal was good from week one.
Mm-hmm. Man.
Danny Ings minus 115 to score. If you parlay that with the draw, you get a plus 757. $10 pays you 75.74.
Just for the fun, I might do that and then add Tony to that as well, and just
really?
Just see it's a 1-1.
Now you're getting creative,
Tony.
Juice.
Let's see.
That'd
So
be
that's
like the $1 bet.
Tony at plus 175. So if you put a draw, Danny Ings and Ivan Toney to score, $5 pays you 81. $10 pays you 162.23. So something to look at there, listeners.
$16.
I like that.
Just have some fun.
Yeah,
that's this family's dollar bet status.
Just wait.
Fun for us this
just wait till we get a live show too. We're gonna introduce y'all to that too. We have our dollar game for it's our little degenerates but small unit bets. It's super fun.
That's the game that you hustled us at with the free throw line, right?
Oh yeah, see, I couldn't win it in golf, so I had to take it to the courts. I had to go take it to the streets.
Big John hustled us. We got hustle gems.
No, it's definitely a fun game, and I think another fun game is going to be this Brighton Everton match, 10 a.m. NBCSN. It is the Premier League morning showcase on NBCSN. Brighton coming in at plus 140. Draw is plus 220 and Everton at plus 200. So Brighton is the slight favorite in this one. Both of them are getting plus money. I think that's because Brighton is at home. These are both two good teams. They both are 2 wins. Everton has a win and a draw. Brighton has the 2 wins.
2 wins, yeah.
Mopé is hurt, though, unfortunately. I did pick him up. He got me to 6 points and he got hurt. So, sorry, anybody out there, it's an EPL person. I pick up a forward, they get hurt. So, watch out. Yeah. I'll tell you who we pick up on Twitter on Friday if we pick up any free agents. So that way you can take them off your field because they'll probably get hurt. Mm-hmm. This is another one of our picks for the We Say Soccer Pick'em table. And I guess I'll go first. I'm actually going to steal a page out of Jeff's book here and think it's going to be a score draw. Oh. I'm going to take the plus 220 draw, Brighton versus Everton. I think both of these teams can score. I think both of the teams' defenses are a little woeful, where they just fall asleep. It's not so much that they're bad defenses. I think they just fall asleep and try to let Jesus take the wheel here and there, and it doesn't really work out. So I think it's going to be either a 1-1, 2-2, maybe Troussard if Malfe's not playing, maybe Troussard to score, Gross, another one, or maybe one of those center backs again can come through, Duffy and Dunk, and get one of those on the set pieces. We have been seeing set pieces do really well. Jibs, what are you feeling on this one? Brighton versus Everton? In Brighton at the Amex. One of your darlings.
Our pick'em table. I am going Brighton at home. The Duncan Duffy show. The darlings of the JB EPL world. I think they got it. Everton, we need that lapse in kind of brain power that as a club they can have. This might be the one where I'm like, okay, Rafa, you are who we thought you were. And I'm showing them a lot of love that I normally wouldn't do the last 2 weeks. And then just on the betting front, I don't know why Vegas or London or whoever does EPL's betting odds, I'm really surprised at these. Over 2.5 plus 128, over 3.5 plus 250. Little half a unit on each there for me. because if it is the draw, I do think it's 2-2, 3-3. I don't think we see the
100%.
1-1, 0-0, but I'm hoping for a 3-2 Brighton lead win to hit those over numbers.
Yeah, both of those, the over 2.5 and the over 3.5 being plus money is crazy. Jeff, what you thinking? One of our picks of the week, Brighton, Everton. Both of these teams look like they can score. How you feeling, bud?
You know, it's weird that you say you're going to take a play out of my book. I was going to call a 1-1 draw, but
No, sir. I called it. Sir, I called it first.
Listen, for sake of the pod, if I was going to take a winner, I was going to take Everton over Brighton.
Ooh, plus 200.
2-1.
2-1.
2-1 Everton over Brighton if I was going to take a winner. I know that Brighton looks good.
They do.
I know they look good, and I feel like Everton is because they beat Leeds last week, right? Was it they beat Leeds? Did they beat?
No,
Leeds
they drew
week?
Leeds.
They drew
Because your boy called it.
All right, and I think Leeds is not as bad as it looks. So I'm going to say I'll take Everton, but I'm going to take Everton. I'll take Everton 2-1.
All right.
Kind of written in pencil instead of pen there, though.
It's definitely because as preface, I would have took a 1-1 draw, but Big John called it first, and I respect.
I mean, you can take a draw.
No.
We
I
picked the
respect
same.
Dibs. I respect Dibs.
All right. Well, look.
Because if I was going to pick a winner, I was going to pick Everton. That's truth. That's facts.
All right. Well, how about this? You're the newcomer to the EPL. When we get to our big match of the week, you'll go ahead. You can get your first call on whatever you want. You get the first round draft pick.
Hey.
Sounds like a plan, right? All right.
Slap.
And speaking of not the match of the week, this might actually be a good match because it is two teams at the bottom of the table, we suspect. Newcastle versus Southampton, 10 a.m. Peacock. Newcastle coming in as a slight favorite, plus 145. Draw at plus 240. Southampton at plus 180 if you think they're going to get a winner out of that one. Jibs, what you think on this one? We did talk about Newcastle's jerseys. I think they're going to be in your favored black and white OGs. What you thinking in this?
So I don't love this match. Two rough teams, both in that zone, the relegation zone. I just get the vibe that maybe Southampton's playing for some of the other matches. Like they went out today in their cup and won 8-0, where versus one of the English teams we've barely ever heard of before. And Newcastle
with the
a
pins,
decent Burnley side, lost in pins 4-3. So my lean is Newcastle. I hope that's not too much of like a little kind of enjoy their play and a little favoritism there. But It's probably a stay away from no bets on that one. There's too many other 10 a.m. games on Saturday to take. We don't.
Yeah, and I'm I hate to say it, but I'm definitely this one might not get turned on the Peacock unless they give me the split screen. I might turn on that. But I think I am with you. I'm leaning Newcastle. It might be the home getting the plus money that we've talked about before. I don't think I'm betting it is. Stay away for a bet. I'll throw it in my pick every game parlay as Newcastle. Maybe Kellen Wilson. He's had a couple big chances, missed. So I think he might be able to score. Southampton, I think, hasn't won at St. James's Park for like 4 or 5 years or something like that as a stat I think I heard. So that's something I do like. Something to think about if you are maybe a Newcastle backer, think they'll come through. Southampton might go down, coming off the come down from the draw against United. Jeff, what you got on this? You got anything different from in the Newcastle versus Southampton? Any other perspective you're looking at?
Yeah, actually, correct me if I'm wrong, but Southampton drew with Man U last week, right?
Correct.
Oh man, sounds like you guys are making some emotional stay away bets because I don't know what's going on here. I don't know how. I don't know how. Newcastle have they won a game yet?
They haven't. Lost
But that's the thing with Southampton. They could draw every game this season.
Well, if I would take anything, I would take a draw. I'd take a 1-1 draw.
Yeah.
Right? And if I was going to choose a winner, I'd take a 2-0 over Southampton over Newcastle.
We'll see. Under 2.5 is minus 104. if you did want to take that. Maybe
But
think it's going to be a 1-0.
Yeah,
It's
you
plus
could even
300 for the under.
But I am going to stay away from it. I would
Yeah,
only
betting
take that
wise,
bet.
I think
If we were going
I
to do
think
it,
this
like,
is definitely a
as a
stay
team.
away. Yeah.
If we were just for the sake of sport, then
Yeah.
at the time.
One I'm definitely not staying away from is our next matchup: Norwich versus Leicester, 10 a.m. on Peacock. It is at Norwich City. Norwich is plus 350, so a little low for them, to be honest. I feel like plus 250 is a draw, and then Leicester's minus 115. This is something I'm going to look at the same game parlay. I mentioned in the last couple episodes, when you see Norwich going against a higher powered offense, it's something to look at. You got your Iheanacho maybe coming off the bench. You got a Vardy maybe to score a goal. As Jibs like to do, we add in to win the corner bets, total corners, shots on goal, shots on target, little things like that to just boost that parlay. And they should get hit. And even if those are taking juice off the board, getting the negative or the minus 150s, the minus 157s, minus 180s, minus 200s, it's still going to add up in that parlay. And that's something I'm going to look at. We'll definitely tweet it out because I think all of us are kind of cooking in the lab right now, seeing, maybe waiting for the lineups, looking at the Leicester and Norwich and see who we want to get. Unless we have a hot take Hefe for the second week taking Norwich. Let's see. Hand up, hand down, man down. Jeff, what you got?
So, you guys, we're humans. We all have to eat for sustenance, right? Norwich rhymes with sandwich, right? You know what's on a sandwich? Swiss cheese. You know what Swiss cheese has in it? Holes. You know what also has holes in it? Norwich's defense.
As they did throw a shutout in cup play today.
Whatever that is, D-Y, Vardy.
Vardy, all day.
I'm taking them 3-0. Norwich is dead to me. That and the Kraken. That and rum. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club, Norwich. You've joined the ranks of rum and Everclear.
Brown tequila for your boy. Thanks, all.
Nice soliloquy. It is kind of humorous though, because in English Cup play today, they did shut out Bournemouth 6-0. So maybe small holes in that Swiss cheese there when they play.
Speaking of that game today, Jibs, who got on the board?
Oh, Mr. Ginger America himself, Joshua Sargent. After that match,
aye, Sergeant.
At ease, soldier.
Sarge.
So, love to see it. He opened his English account because, as John informed me, it was not a Prem match today when I had a brain fart earlier. I am taking Leicester at minus 115. That's value for the Europa spot team that we had kind of pegged for. And despite those scary chances in Leicester's first match of the season, in the 89th minute, that was a 1-0 win. Not terribly high scoring so far for them this season. I'm going to go under 2.5 at plus 106 in this match. Because I wonder if the way that they just smacked Bournemouth today, if Norwich is maybe thinking cup play is just as important right now as this match ahead before an international break where, kind of interesting, Norwich will have somebody out because they have an American on their team. So I'm going to say it's a 1-0, 2-0 Leicester win.
Cool. And Jeff, if you were looking,
they play Josh Sargent more in Prem play, which they haven't shown yet.
And Jeff, if you were looking at that under over 2.5, it is minus 128. So that's something you could add to your SGP as well.
I'm liking that.
And we got top of the table, West Ham, with our boy Mikel Antonio kissing himself versus Crystal Palace, 10 a.m. Peacock, minus 175. West Ham are the favorites here. Draws at plus 300, and Crystal Palace is plus 500. Crystal Palace coming off that 0-0 draw with Brentford. They have not scored a goal yet. They are like Arsenal. They lost 3-0 to Chelsea week 1, and then again that 0-0 draw to Brentford. West Ham, like I said, 8 goals for, 3 goals conceded this year. Again, top of the table. I think this is a clear-cut game, unless we see maybe a little speed bump. We got a hot take Hefe, a hot take Hibbs. Any of those?
Nope, I'm laying the juice. I'm just going minus 175 because
Yep.
West Ham could still start slow, so I didn't even look at the halftime odds. I'm sure they're great, maybe like a minus 115, minus 120. This is another one. I'll risk the 1750 to win a full unit for a $10 better. So that's
halftime
clear cut for
result is
me.
plus 105, JB,
even
for
plus
West Ham.
Yeah,
West
still.
Ham up or down? West Ham up?
Yeah,
West Ham to win. Yeah, plus 175.
No,
and the win second half is minus 120. So I think Vegas is thinking the same thing you are. Or London, like we said, for these footy bets might be where they're going to start a little slow, maybe win that second half, come back. Jeff, what do you think in Crystal Palace? Again, bottom of the table, haven't scored yet. Do you see any kind of dent they're going to make in the West Ham? Or do you think it's going to be a hammering, pun fully intended?
It's definitely gonna be a hammering. I like Hibachi and I love Benihana's and that rhymes with Ben Rama and I'm taking West Ham.
They're rhyming today.
I don't know. It just came to me. I swear to God, I was looking at his name. I thought it said Benihana.
I think he's hungry.
Oh,
Swiss cheese
yeah.
sandwiches.
I just said, I'm just like food analogies just working right now. I don't know why.
Well, speaking of food analogies, we have Mo Salads coming up against Chelsea. Big Rom, skinny Rom. Liverpool, slight favorites again, plus 150. Draw is plus 230, with Chelsea coming in at plus 190. Jibs, it's a big one. 12:30, NBC, proper, and then Peacock. It's on both platforms. Another one of our We Say Soccer pick'em games of the week. Jibs, what do you thinking? Big match. Just kidding. Jeff, you let me slide. You didn't even try to fight for your first pick. We talked about this earlier. Jeff,
it's okay.
This is the game of the week. This is the two top ranked, power ranked teams to go with
he
our
did that on
American sports
purpose.
inner feeling.
Maybe he's thinking smart. He wants to hear each of our spiels, and then he's going to make his pick. You never know with Jeff.
You know what? Go ahead, Jibs.
All right.
Go ahead. I relinquish this first pick to you. Go ahead.
I have not wavered.
He defers to the second half.
48 hours. Tuchel, Rom, Azpilicueta, Chelsea, plus 190. Give me all those marbles. Done.
Marbles. You have no? You have no? Marbles. Well, I'll be taking all those marbles too. It took me a while to think. But then I looked on my chest and I saw this Man United badge and I said, I cannot take those fucking Scousers today. So I'm going Chelsea at plus 190. And if you're looking for a good bet, I'm maybe thinking draw no bet at plus 106. I think the defense is good. I think Virgil van Dijk is going to get his first big test right here with Big Rom. I don't think he's gone against too many big-time strikers this year. I think Liverpool with Burnley and Norwich had it a little easy, and this is their first real test. I think Chelsea's been tested a little bit more. It was Crystal Palace, but it was Arsenal. I think Arsenal, even though they are 2 losses on the year, I think they are a better team than Norwich or Burnley. So I think it's going to be Chelsea. And I just think this should be like a 2-1. I feel like, again, Mo Salads, maybe hand down, Mane down, might get one. Maybe Bobby Big Mouth. We'll see. Jeff, are you leaning in the blue? You leaning to the red? What's you feeling on this one?
Man, this is a big one. I'm actually excited. This is one of the most exciting matches fixtures that I've come across since I became a fan. And and luckily, both these teams are undefeated. So it's a barn burner, for lack of a better term. Yeah,
as they say in North Cackalack.
I say in North Cackalack, it's a barn burner. And I mean, you can't. I don't want to bet against Chelsea. I mean, because you add Lukaku to the team, and he just kind of transforms the way that the team can operate. They operated one way before, and you throw him in there, and They're living in 4D, man. They're living in 4D.
Yeah.
Like they have an extra dimension to their whole to their team now. They were already fairly dangerous without him, And you throw him in
European
there,
champions, some might say.
and now you throw this piece in there, and it's fantastic. And you think of Chelsea, and from what I can tell, that their managing is fantastic. They want somebody, they get them. They don't dibble dabble. They whoever they want, they go get. There's no rumor mill. Is we want them. Boom, he's on the team. You know, and I mean I can say the same thing about Liverpool. I mean, what they have won 12 games straight. Going
They
back
got
to
Sir
last year.
Davos.
Yeah, Sir Davos Seaworth, the Onion Knight. How could you go against Jurgen? Jurgen Klopp. His name is Jurgen Klopp. It's the coolest name. The coolest German name ever. You know what I mean? Is he German? He's German. It's got to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you can't go against
Yeah.
Liverpool and Ja.
Yeah. So is Tuchel. Battle of German managers.
I mean, and Van Dijk looks great. Came back from injury, right? Like her bad injury, right?
Definitely one of the best center halves in the world. I
thing,
am biased, but I will say he is one of the best center backs in the world for sure.
For me, Saleh, Mane, Alex Arnold, Jota, all scored. All those guys scored. All scores, right?
I don't think Alexander Arnold scored, but
well, I believe he did score.
Set one up.
Set one up. All right. Well, anyways, everybody's playing well. Everybody. That was like 7 people I named right there. But like, so minus him, I mean, the team is playing well, and if they're playing like that, it's hard to pick one or the other. So
we got plus 150 Liverpool, plus 230 draw, plus 190 Chelsea.
I like the draw, man.
Well, here, Jeff. Speaking of draw, okay, so here I got some other options. I did write these down because we did do the draw no bet last week with Norwich for you, which again, you're getting your whoopings, but it didn't work out. But the double chance for Liverpool, so that's if they get a draw or Liverpool wins, is minus 250. For Chelsea, double chance is minus 195. And if you want to go draw no bet for Liverpool, is minus 121. And then draw no bet for Chelsea, like I said earlier, is plus 106. So that means you'll get your money back if it does draw. But like you said, it looks like you're leaning a certain way. So I'll stop talking about the gambling aspect and see what your pick is for this We Say Soccer table. Drum roll, please.
I gotta go with Sir Davos Seaworth.
No, Liverpool, the Scousers.
I got to. I'm sorry. I know you guys don't like them.
Well, it's all good, man.
I like Mo.
I don't like
Mo
Chelsea
Salah.
either.
I like Mo Money. I like Mo Money, Mo Salah, and
Mo money.
yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not taking Bobby Firmino out of my fantasy team this week because
okay. First and foremost, I'm glad you brought up the fantasy team because you guys are just going to act like I didn't.
Yeah, we're on the match week 3.
I didn't romp Big John last week, slaughtered him, right? And guess who's leading in week 2? Who's on top? Who's top?
In week 2.
Who is top of the board?
All right, we'll see. We'll see at the end of the year.
You know what? Okay, you don't have to answer that one. You don't have to answer that one. No, you don't have to answer that one. Who's at the bottom of the board? How about we ask that question? Senators. Who's at the bottom of the board? Senator McConnell.
I believe that is one big Juan.
Yeah.
Oh.
Confirmed.
The times are always darkest before the brightest days. You live long enough as a hero, you're gonna see yourself become a villain.
No, I want
fuck
the
up, make money
morning.
anyway.
I want the Alonzo morning. I want the.
It's week 2. We're good.
I'm just saying. I just had to bring that up, but yeah, I definitely have Jota and Saleh on my fantasy team. So I'm with Liverpool. I just think, and I don't think they played their best ball last week either. I think they played C+ ball and still came away. And I think Lukaku's coming in. I feel like the top 4, everybody's kind of under construction. Liverpool's the only one that's solid. All the players are there. They're already there. They just if they play to their capabilities, they're going to be hard to beat. I feel like the other few are trying to are still in construction. But Chelsea looks great. I mean, Lukaku didn't miss a beat, bro. I mean, he's played with them before, right?
He
That's not
almost
his
scored
first
that
time.
second one too.
Yeah, I mean,
That
anyways,
Bird Leno actually had a decent save.
very excited to see this match. I hope to watch it with both of you guys. I hope it's going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure it should be. Sunday, let's move on to the next day. We got three matches, going on Sunday. Another one of our We Say Soccer Pick'em Table games of the week. Burnley versus Leeds, 9 a.m. NBCSN. So this is your My Premier League morning. That's Sunday. Get your coffee in the mug. In fact, Gibbs has won one of those mugs.
I love that mug.
Yeah.
I love that thing.
Burnley plus 210 is home dogs. Draw is going to be plus 240, just a little above that. Leeds at plus 130 on the road. Bielsa and his boys coming to Burnley to Turf Moor. We know it's a tough place to play. Jibbs, you look like you're pondering on something here. What you pondering on, bro?
I'm not with the lead scum yet.
Nah.
Ailing has a decent match, but I am draw, no betting. Burnley plus 126. Give me a 2-1 win. Let Ailing have another crack at her for Leeds. Help out the fantasy squad, but I've got Burnley here.
All right. Jeff, what you got? I'll go ahead. I'll go last. So I'll let you go on this one.
I got Leeds here. I feel like we have a nice diverse picks here.
This one
for some reason.
This one's gonna be a little different.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I got Leeds here, and I got them. I got them 2-1 Leeds.
2-1 Leeds.
What's Leeds odds on
plus
that?
plus 130.
Okay, it's their favorite. Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Burnley.
Not much, but
a little bit. I'm gonna go Burnley plus 210.
Man.
I think they're home. Turf Moor's a hard spot to play. I think Burnley had a little hard matchups at Liverpool. I think Leeds might be a little overachieving. I just don't think they can defend, and I feel like Burnley's going to steal.
No. Oh.
They're Lead scum.
I thought it was one of those Man U things. Okay.
Nah.
Like, that's ruthless.
Manchester is straightforward. They call them Leeds scum. Straight up.
Yeah.
Straight up. There's no metaphors,
like
no symbolism here.
But yeah, what I'm hoping for is a 1-0, maybe a set piece from my man Sikowski. Give me one. But I think Burnley's going to come away with 1-0. They had the lead early match week 1, so I think that's what they're going to get here. 1-0 over Leeds, and at that plus 210, that's not bad money. We'll see. That is the early morning match, but also at 9 a.m. we have Spurs versus Watford. Hello, Ari. I thought hurricane season was over.
Hurricane season, mate.
Like Spurs versus Watford, 9 a.m. This one's the Peacock. Spurs minus 250 at home. Draws plus 350. Watford at plus 700. Watford 1-1 on the season. They got the win week 1, 3-2 over Villa, and lost last week. Jeff, what do you think? You think the Spurs go marching on with Harry Kane?
I think
the sun's coming out.
Saturday, I was gonna say tomorrow.
The sun will come out on Sunday.
Bet your bottom dollar that
on Sunday.
I think the Tots are too hot to trot, and they're gonna beat Watford 2-0.
2-0. Beat them down.
Let's see.
If
what was that
Harry
spread?
Kane is Son. It's just too much. I'm going.
Dele Alli. Balling.
Old deli meats.
Definitely shout out to Todd last week. Kits of the week. I thought Man U was really close.
The Galaxies.
Yeah, Man U was very close. But if it was any other week that y'all wore those jerseys, y'all would have won. But man.
And we'll talk about this upcoming week on their review. We'll have our Kits of the week. We'll each do one since we got our 3-man crew back on that Sunday recording. We'll do our Kits of the week.
Along with golazos.
I'm definitely going
to of course.
I want to make a drop for the Kits of the week.
And them golazos. Tottenham -1. That means win by 2 is plus 125. Jibbs, are you thinking anything on that, on the spread? Do you have maybe an anytime goal scorer you're looking at betting wise?
Harry Kane's got to start, right? Like minute 1, minute 0.
You would think.
He's got to be in after the big announcement. If he's not, if he doesn't start this match, I think today's
Working them
announcement
out.
was a BS announcement, and there's still underlying tones of maybe he does get over to City. So I
And
think
maybe hurricane season is over.
yeah. So I think he has to start. And with that, rest in peace, Dele Alli's PKing career. He had that
Yeah.
one. Thanks for bagging it for the All Fantasy Squad. But with that said, the reason I think he's starting. I think he has to. Tottenham first half -115. Write it down.
Oh.
I'll
And
take
if you
that
do
with some
think,
chips.
I was going to say, if you think Harry Kane is going to be the goal scorer of that game, he's -115. The sun will come out tomorrow. Heung-min is at +100 for that match. Lucas Moore at +230. See if he gets a start. Maybe that's something to throw a little sprinkle on top of the frosting. In the match we're most looking forward to on Sunday, I think that Leeds Burnley is going to be a good one, but definitely Wolves versus United, 11:30. The late show, NBCSN. Wolves are +400, haven't scored a goal yet. +250 to draw. Red Devils from United, -130. I'll go first. I think this is going to be a United win. I just think we're going to be bouncing back from that Southampton. I think Ollie's going to put out a solid lineup. I think Varane and Sancho both start this one. Hopefully, the poor showing last week will bring in a center defensive mid. And we all know how I feel about that one Wolves player. You got Adama Atreyu and Balthazar over there, the never-ending striker. He's had these open chances on net. Looks like a rugby star. Comes in, can't finish nothing. What we say pre-show, Jeff, he's in one of them adventure books where all he does is keep going back every time he fucks up. Oh, no, let's go back to page 72. No, we got to keep going in this book.
I didn't take my finger off the page. It doesn't
Nope,
count.
hey, doesn't count. Hey, answer on the card. Watch, he's going to score a hat trick. I know it now that I said it. Let me knock on this for Micah and see if that helps. Jibs, what you feeling? You think the boy's going to bring this one home, bounce back?
Yes, I do. United -130. That's just blatant disrespect. I don't care.
I just can't get no respect around here.
We were undefeated away last season.
No respect.
That's some shit. So -130. I'm betting my mortgage. It's almost first month. Just kidding. On the whole mortgage. But yeah, I'm gonna throw some. If we have a nice Saturday, I'm putting some coin on it. Halftime +130. Give it to me.
Ooh,
Spread.
I like it.
+210. Give it to me. And this is. I'm going to try a working theory here because there's no way, if you heard my recap the other episode, that I think Tony Martial starts. So that gives 2 options up front: Edison Cavani and Mason Greenwood. Well, goal scoring odds right now, with United kind of being all over the place with starting 11 composition, is Cavani +410, Greenwood +500. I like those, and so is Bruno for that matter. But
for the first goal scorer, yeah, I do like those.
So, but I think it'll be one of those 2 strikers. Whoever starts, I have them with the halftime lead. So I'm going to dabble a little bit there and go first goal scorer, one of the 2 number 9s that'll be in Cavani or Greenwood, and even unit because they more than pay for the other winning just one of them. So that's
I do like it. I do like that
theory that I'm trying there. Nothing crazy. A unit in total. Half of it on Cavani, half of it on Mason, and see if we can bag that and have a little bit of fun and get some Sunday cheddar at brunch.
And if you didn't want to do that for any time goal scorer, if you didn't want to take them first, if you just want to do that anytime, you have Eddie Cavani at +145, Bruno at +155, and Murder Mace at 175. And that's for anytime goal scorer. So that's something you can maybe look at. Wolves, again, haven't scored, so you can maybe put Man United to not give up any goals, Man United to win by 2, pick a goal scorer, pick some corners, pick some target shots, go from there. Jeff, what you thinking? You think the boys bouncing back on this one? Or do you think it's the Wolverhampton Wolfpack for life?
I'm going to say this to you, and I hope you believe me with all my heart. I'm going to take the Wolves to be trounced.
Oh, there you go.
I didn't take a sip because I was waiting for it.
Not so fast, my friend. Not so fast.
Whoop!
What?
Yeah, hands down, Man U is gonna. But I feel they're gonna end that story for sure. They're gonna end that story.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna take them.
He,
I want to say 3-1.
oh, I like that.
I want to say Wolves get their first goal of the season, but it's just too little, too late, and Man U is well in command.
Over 2.5 goals is minus 108 if you took that one, Jeff.
Well, that would be 3.5 if you want to get crazy.
Ooh, it's even more crazy. And if you take Man United to win by 3 plus 550. So if you get a big bounce back, maybe have a trouncing, as we say, he huffed and he puffed, but the Wolves couldn't blow the house down. You might want to go with that plus 550.
Yeah. And look what
Ladies
we did
and
to
gentlemen, Big John.
Look what we did to Leeds week 1. Just smoked them. So
Yeah.
The capabilities are there, even without a CDM yet.
Yeah, and we'll see. Jeff, speaking of week 1, you had a couple good picks. Week 2, though, we had the hot take Hefe. But first, let me take my 30-second soliloquy about a 4-0 start to the We Say Soccer Pick'em table. Bam, 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 bam. You know, they laughed in my face when I'm trying to get my Bob Ross on and say there's going to be a draw. I say, no. Everton and Leeds, no. No. It is going to be a draw. Every other game, we were right. Vardy didn't score, but West Ham won. But only one called the draw. And I might be bottom of the table in the FPL, and it's okay. But when picks matter and the listeners here, this guy's at the top of the table.
Well, that's because Rafa couldn't draw up a defensive game plan.
But they sure could draw that game. Huh?
Okay. So what's the total records? Hit us.
All right. So your boy is 4-0. And Jeff and Jibbs are tied at second place right now at 3-1. But as Jeff did allude to earlier, there's some differentiating picks this week. Jeff taking a draw while me and Jibbs take Villa in Aston Villa versus Brentford. Then on this one, we all have 3 separate picks. So this one is definitely a point going to someone. We have Jeff with Everton in the Brighton versus Everton match. Myself with the draw in the Brighton-Everton match. And JB rolling with his darlings, Brighton, in that Brighton-Everton match. And that one's 10 a.m. NBCSN. That Aston Villa Brentford is 10 a.m. on CNBC.
So we're definitely all watching that one together. Everybody wake up. Let's get up.
Yeah. Wake up!
Wake up!
Good morning, football fans!
Actually, go to bed. That's the thing. We need to go to bed. That's the problem.
Go to sleep on the Friday so we can wake up for the Saturdays.
We're adults.
Then this one, Jeff is the outlier. Liverpool, Chelsea. Jeff has Liverpool. I was teeter-tottering. I was weeble-wobbling, but I didn't fall down like Big Rom. I'm going to go Chelsea. So with Jibbs, we're both on the Tuchel train. Jeff likes Sir Davos Seaworth, Jurgen Klopp.
Hey, the Onion Knight himself. You know, the North would not be saved if it was not for Sir Davos Seaworth.
And again, Jeff being the one out on his island on Dragonstone, he's taking leads. Me and Jibbs are on Burnley, sitting nice and pretty in King's Landing. So we'll see how the results will go. Jeff could plummet down the table here as he seems to be against us in every single pick. And we saw last week, Jeff, how your instincts seem to talk to you when it comes to picking these games. So, Jeff, the floor is yours. Since you were gone last episode, had some daddy duties. 5-0 evisceration of Norwich by Man City. How's your instinct feeling? How's your wallet feeling from the bets? Just let us know, man.
Excuse me, just write some notes down over here. What I'm saying. Give me a second.
If you didn't see it, check the Twitter. Jeff's amazing gif.
Wait, missed it. What was the guy? What was Jon Snow's friend's name? Tarwell. What was Sam What was his name?
Sam, what? You talking about Sam Tarley?
Tarley.
He's a United fan, for those wondering at home.
Okay, so yeah, you brought up Bob Ross, and you said something about draw. You know what Bob Ross also said? He also said there's no such things as mistakes, only happy accidents. Okay, only happy accidents.
I don't know if he was talking about picking Norwich against Man City.
I am going to consider my Norwich pick. I'm gonna consider it a happy accident, right? Early in the season, lesson learned. Okay, lesson learned. You know, don't go putting the cart before the horse. You know, and Jim's called it. He said it quickly. He said, "That's a newbie bet," just straight out. And you know what? I appreciate you both letting me walk into it because you guys hit me with the, "Hey, it can happen." Just let me walk off the plate.
Narrator, it did not happen.
It did not happen.
Hey, I'm Jeff, and this is where it all went wrong.
Scratch. Freeze frame. You may be wondering how I got here.
Yeah, you may be wondering how I got here.
Norwich. I like to keep it real. Manchester City. They kept it realer.
Because I don't like
people playing on my pitch.
When keeping it real is wrong.
I'll take my talking to like a man. I'll take my talking to like a man. But you know I'm nervous now.
Sit in your room, no TV and no Nintendo.
What are you, crazy as Shark Week? What is it? Shark Week.
This sucks balls island. The planet of this donkeys.
I cannot mess with you. I cannot hate you. You guys are too funny.
This is an all-timer.
I honestly I feel nervous because I didn't realize how many picks I've gone against you guys with, and I'm be honest with you. I'm a little timid now.
Though.
I mean,
Could be that.
I had one draw. I just preface. I'm not hedging my bets. I'm just saying, for the sake of argument, the Everton. I was going to take a draw on the Everton as well. I'm not hedging, but I will take Everton to win. If I was going to pick a winner, it's going to be Everton. But I stand by. Who was it? The Liverpool.
I mean, Jeff was a DB.
Really
this is a hell of a backpedal.
Yeah, I don't really stand. I really stand by the Liverpool match. I'll stand by. The Liverpool, I'll go with. I like Liverpool. I think if they're playing their best ball, I'm still there. But anyways,
this could be a Tony Soprano week for Jeff on the We Say Soccer Pick'em table. He might be cement shoes on this one. We'll see.
Either that or all the glory.
Yeah.
No middle ground.
Today is my favorite day.
Yeah.
Today is my favorite day. Yeah.
All right, folks. I think that's it from We Say Soccer. We're having laughs. This is what we do. We're here to keep you informed on the EPL, everything around Europe. And again, you can tail us, you can fade us. As long as you make green, that's what we're here for. It's been We Say Soccer. Peace.
Hallelujah, holla back.